All right, now let's go to Sanford, Florida. That's where George Zimmerman has come out of hiding and is now back in jail. His bond was revoked by the judge in the Trayvon Martin murder case. Martin Savage is there. Martin, tell us about how this all unfolded today.
Well, it went smoothly and it went safely, and that's, of course, the primary concern both for the defense and also for the sheriff's office here. George Zimmerman was booked into the Seminole County Jail at around 1:43, so a little less than an hour ago. But a little different as to how he turned himself in. It actually occurred on the side of a highway here in Central Florida. We know that George Zimmerman returned to this area late last night, but as far as actually getting back into custody of authorities, well, listen to the sheriff as he described how that happened.
George, what's your life on the money?
George Zimmerman met two members of the sheriff's office in the area of Lake Mary at I-4, was placed into custody, transported to the correctional facility. He is being booked and processed as per Judge Lester's order. He'll be held on a no bond status.
And as before, George Zimmerman's going to be held in his own cell. He'll be isolated from the other part of the jail population here. Meanwhile, his attorney, that's Mark O'Mara, described to me what George Zimmerman's mood was like.
Solemn, obviously. He's worried continually about his safety. Having to come out of hiding is a concern of his, but I think he also realizes the judge's concerns. Now that we have all had on the defense team a chance to look at all of the evidence, he understands the court's concerns. He understands the state's concerns, and we're going to address those and say what I think needs to be said to address them with Judge Lester.
Mark O'Mara hopes that his client will not be behind bars for very long. He plans to file a motion tomorrow to request another bond hearing, but of course the decision of how long George Zimmerman stays in jail will rest entirely with the judge, and the judge is not too happy with George Zimmerman right now because of what many say is hiding of money.
And so, Martin, it's the judge's discretion as to whether there would be another bond hearing, even though Mark O'Mara is requesting another bond trial or hearing.
Right, and that's correct. One thing you probably can bet is that the hearing isn't going to happen real soon. The judge would probably want George Zimmerman to think a little bit. But then on top of that, you're right. The judge could make the decision that he won't necessarily have to grant bond. And if that were the case, then George Zimmerman could remain indefinitely, or at least until his trial, and that is not expected until next year.
All right. Martin Savage, thanks so much in Sanford, Florida.